morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I'm excited. This is the last video of 2020, thank God. I'm so ready to put this year behind us, like I'm pretty sure you all are out there, and I'm excited for 2021, where it's going to be a much better year. Knocking on wood you can't see because it's off camera, and knocking on all of my guitars behind me because you can't see that wood. However, 2020, it wasn't all that bad. We got some great highlights, and that major highlight that I would like to highlight in this video, I said highlight a lot, but the one aspect I want to highlight is all the music we got in 2020. We were all in lockdowns for periods of time, and a lot of music got released. More music is a great thing, and of course, I listen to a lot of the music because kind of what I do for a living. But I want to highlight some of my favorite songs of 2020. So here are my top 5. And I did set myself some limitations. One song per artist, or else this would really be dominated by 2 people. Number 2, the song had to be released this year. If it was played live in 2019, it's not included. If it's a single that came out in 2020, but the album got released in 2019, it's not in here. Everything had to come out this year. Everything had to be played live this year. Nothing prior. Number 3, no covers, because that's just lazy. And number 4, these are in no particular order. I'm just simply highlighting my favorites. Okay, 1 is actually the proper ranking. My number 1 is my number 1 of 2020. That is set in stone. Number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, they're all interchangeable, so I'm going to show you just my favorites. However, I do want to give one huge honorable mention first, and that is to one of my favorite bands of all time, Phish. This was the year that I dove deep into the Phish catalog. So deep that Phish has become one of my favorite bands of all time. At the beginning of the lockdown era, all the way till the very end of August, Phish did a live stream, and it was called A Dinner and a Movie. And basically what it was is that it would be an archived concert. So you would get concerts from 2019, 2012, 1999, 1997, even one from 1989, and everything in between. These concerts were fantastic. You got to hear their evolution, how they sounded, and they're just fantastic to watch, and I learned a lot by watching them. On one of these live streams, Phish came on and announced, hey, we're releasing a new album, the listen party is tomorrow. Originally, this album was scheduled for the fall, but they bumped it up into the very end of March, beginning of April. And this album, Sigma Oasis, is fantastic, and I love every song on the album. However, why is it in the honorable mentions? Shouldn't one of the songs be in the top 5? Well, all of the songs were played prior to 2020. There was nothing that was written in 2020 that hasn't debuted yet. Even the most obscure song, which to me was Leaves, was played way back before 2020, which was mind-blowing to me. So, some of the songs on the album that I do want you to check out though, which are great. Steam, Mercury, Leaves, as I mentioned before, Sigma, Oasis, Thread, and Shade. But anyway, let's go ahead and move into the actual top 5 songs. And one of them features a guy from Phish. Coming in at number 5 is the guitar player of Phish, Trey Anastasio, with his song I Never Need You Like This Before from his album Lonely Trip. Now, Lonely Trip actually started out on Facebook. What Trey would do is for 15 weeks, he would upload a new song with its own personal music video, which was cool. These songs range from electric to acoustic, instrumental to not instrumental, to lyrical. And all the songs are fantastic, and I Never Need You Like This Before was one of the first songs that I saw him play, and I just watched it over and over and over again because, of course, I'm in love with Phish, I'm in love with Trey, I'm in love with his playing, his guitars, and his tone, and it featured some cool techniques, such as this cool power chord shape, using your index and your pinky finger as opposed to your index and your ring finger. Like, this couldn't be it's possible to play this with your ring finger, however, it's so much harder. And this has been resulting into my default power chord shape, which it's a great shape, and I'm writing some cool stuff with it. Also features this really cool chord at the very end of the riffs. And this song was one of the first, if not the first, live performance back on the Jimmy Fallon show in the studio, which was amazing. Trey went and played it with the Roots, and it's such a great performance. Go check it out. Trey's been very busy this year, and I can get way into that, but let's go ahead and move on to our next song. This next song, I'm not even going to try to play. I'm serious when I say that this is one of the hardest songs I ever tried learning ever since this album came out earlier this year. The band is Dance Gavin Dance. If you know that band, it definitely makes sense. They released an album called Afterburn, which featured such great songs such as Prisoner, Lyrics Lie, Strawberries Wake, and 3 Wishes. However, my favorite song by a country mile is Nothing Shameful. That song, it just hits different. It's absolutely fantastic. The guitar playing is phenomenal and the lyrics are amazing. Will Swan, their guitar player, has said in Guitar World magazine that this is one of the hardest songs they've ever done. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense why it's so hard to learn. It just features tapping all over the fretboard, tapping on the middle strings, a lot of chords you would hear in Dance Gavin Dance music, so just all these shapes on the high 3 strings. The only part I know is one of the clean lines. And honestly, I'm just happy with that. And of course, I mentioned the lyrics are phenomenal. Take, all you do is take, you can have it all. Caught in your web, I'm caught, catch me when I fall. Stare, kill me with that stare. All I do is follow. Care, do you even care if I'll be there tomorrow? A medical dependency for you, there's nothing shameful that I wouldn't do. A medical dependency for you, there's nothing shameful that I wouldn't do. This is, of course, a little bit off by Five Finger Death Punch. Now, Five Finger Death Punch, okay, they're not the most liked metal band out there. They are the Nickelback of heavy metal, and I can see why. A lot of their songs do have a copy and paste style to it, which is their main criticism. A lot of their songs sound the same, and I can see that it's a lot of copy and paste. I found a song that I was like, man, this sounds a lot like this one, and surely enough, there was a part of the guitar solo that was a kind of a direct rip-off, just in a different key. The singer, Ivan Moody, he also has a copy-paste lyrical structure. However, the best Five Finger Death Punch songs are the ones that don't sound like Five Finger Death Punch songs. What I mean? Well, they do something different. For example, adding an acoustic and making it percussive. And keeping the song only 4 chords. And Ivan Moody bringing different lyrics to the table, and lyrics that he has never used before, and there's not a single copy and paste lyric in there. Of course, the chorus is, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. But still, the song, it's amazing. It's great. It hits you right in the feels. This is what I listen to on a bad day. This is, like, it was one of the best songs Ivan Moody and Five Finger Death Punch have ever done. My favorite song off of the Fate album, and it's a fantastic song. Go give it a listen. It's, like I said, it's great bad day music. Highly recommend. Lookout Man by Joe Bonamassa. This song comes from the album Royalty, and it's a fantastic album, and this is my favorite song off of there. I think it's my favorite song because it's so heavy. It reminds me a lot of one of my favorite Joe Bonamassa songs, The Ballad of John Henry. For The Ballad of John Henry, Joe Bonamassa tunes down low, and for this song, Joe tunes down low also. So for example, this guitar is in E flat, so we're tuned down a half step. However, we're also in drop D. So we are in drop D flat, and it's such a heavy tuning. And this riff is super heavy and incorporates that flat fifth in the blues scale. And it's a fantastic riff. Definitely love the song. So fun to play, so fun to listen to, so heavy. A lot of harmonica solo in the song. And also, the fact that Joe Bonamassa can go, "Look out, man!" in almost every line and complete it and make it sound amazing. I love the song. It's a fantastic song, and I feel like we may see more of Joe Bonamassa on the channel because he's a great guy, great guitar player. I think might start incorporating him more on the channel, talk about him more. Who knows? Maybe in 2021. We'll find out. Anyway, let's move on to the next song. Before we move on to our final song, which is my #1 song of 2020, I do want to give out a shout out to some honorable mentions, some great songs that came out this year also. Ninja Sex Party with Welcome to My Parents' House. Such a great song, a fun song, funny song, as well as a expertly animated music video. I Am Random by Mike Gordon and Leo Kottke. Oh Yeah by Green Day. Ordinary Man by Ozzy Osbourne. Wolf Totem by The Who. No, not that Who, H-U, The Who. Parachute by Covet. Buried Alive by Buju Banton. Awful Coffee by John Schofield, Steve Swallow, and Bill Stewart, and Anywhere You Go by Alan Doyle. All fantastic songs, however, they weren't in my rotation enough for me to put them in my top 5. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and go to the #1. The only one that actually has a number ranking. #1, here it is. That's right, my favorite song of 2020 is Level of Concern by 21 Pilots. Now, that should come as no surprise to all of you out there who have been following the channel. And there are a wide variety of reasons for this. Of course, namely, 21 Pilots is my favorite band not named Phish. Of course, one of the most popular videos on my channel was released this year, which was how to play Level of Concern that I uploaded the same day the song came out. So there's a selfish reason behind this too. However, immediately after uploading it, like a couple weeks after, I really started hating the song Level of Concern. And of course, it's not the best 21 Pilots song. There are much better, there are much worse. It's somewhere in between. However, I love what the song became. So if you don't follow 21 Pilots at all, they released this song in the very beginning of April, very end of March. It was a great day. They announced it. Tyler's, the singer's mom, actually was like, "Here, write a song about quarantine," and this is how the song came to be. And they really pushed the song a lot. They apologized for it. Then they started doing 1877 Level Concern, which was a whole internet scavenger hunt, looking for these codes, cracking these codes, unlocking these USBs, which are downloadable content, which were like exclusive pictures from Tyler and Josh's phone, videos from their phone, and just a whole thing. There were 20 codes altogether, and it was a week-long process, a couple days. Me and my friends we were all going crazy about it, and like we would all hunt for these together, and it really showed you how strong the clique, the 21 Pilots fandom really is. And Code 20 was the hardest one to get, as many people will tell you. And there were two ends of this. Either people who got Code 20, one of the first group that got it, they got some reward. That's what I heard, and I've seen some online. However, the major award that 21 Pilots gave out was the never-ending music video of Level of Concern. This was a live stream where you could upload your own footage to, and it would be a part of the music video. A truly interactive experience for the fans, which was fantastic. And I uploaded a couple things to there. I never saw my own stuff in there, but I watched it a lot, and it was so awesome to see everyone a part of the Level of Concern Never Ending music video. And they say never ending, but it actually ended recently for Christmas. On December 18th, the drummer, Josh Dunn, in a video, he was like, yeah, it's done. I unplugged the router for my Christmas tree in true 21 Pilots fashion. And he actually has the world record of the longest music video of all time, which was 178 days. That's how long this never-ending music video went. And I was a part of it, and a lot of the fandom was a part of it, which was... the song became more than itself. This song, it goes beyond words. It went beyond a song, which it went to be a scavenger hunt. It went to be a Guinness World Record. It went to be this amazing Level of Concern project. And of course, 21 Pilots released another song, Christmas Saves the Year, and I would have put that on here if I didn't limit it to one song per artist. But Level of Concern, I hated the song, but I fell in love with it the moment this whole 1877 Level of Concern, how the song evolved from this quarantine song to this massive fan service to the 21 Pilots fan. Here is a chance to be a part of our music video. And it was amazing. This is why 21 Pilots is one of my favorite bands, because they genuinely do care about their audience. And I love them for that. They are a great band, one of my favorite bands ever. But anyway guys, that was my top 5 songs of 2020. I really hope you enjoyed this list. Again, none of these were any in particular order except for Level of Concern, which is my number 1. What are your top 5 songs from 2020? Let me know down in the comment section below. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel and come with me on the journey into 2021, where we'll make it a lot better year, and some cool stuff is going to happen in 2021. I just noticed that as I record this, the chair has sunk. But anyway guys, I'm going to end the video here. Goodbye and good night. Happy 2021, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally done with 2020. See you next year.